Congratulations! We crafted an offer they couldn't refuse. Now we navigate through what I'll call the escrow process. First things first, I want to get the fully executed agreement over to your lender so they can lock in your loan rate, because as you know, these change week by week. We go over the final figures to make sure you're still comfortable with what might be your new payment based on your new mortgage amount. In addition to that, I probably want to factor in the property taxes and insurance, which, as you may or may not know, can be rolled into your monthly payment amount for your loan. This way, you'll know what your full all-in monthly payment is. In addition to that, we're going to need to get the earnest money deposit, EMD, over to escrow within the first 72 hours of getting your offer accepted. Remember, that's generally going to be 3% of the purchase price. That needs to be wired directly from your bank over to the escrow company, again within the first 72 hours. Now we start the contingency process, which we spoke about in the previous video. There are 3 of them: a loan, inspection, and appraisal contingency. Remember, anytime before these 3 contingencies are released, you can back out. I draft up the cancellation, I get your signatures on it, contact the seller's listing agent, and the escrow company will give you 100% of your deposit back. The first contingency we're going to tackle is the inspection contingency. I'm going to supply you with a couple of home inspectors that I generally use. If you have your own, we'll schedule with them. I want to knock this out in the first 5 to 7 days. I'll go over all the types you need. There could be up to 5 or 6. I help set up these appointments for you, sit in on them for you, and help you figure out the answer if you have questions on the results. Generally, when an escrow falls apart, it can be due to the condition of the property. Basically, whatever the home inspector finds. So I want to get on that as soon as possible. That way I know whether you want to move forward or not. The inspector is going to go on the roof, under the house if there's a crawl space, and check out all the major ticket items. Foundation, roof, electrical, plumbing, windows. In addition to that, they're going to test the appliances. They're going to know anything and everything that may be or is a potential concern to you. It's going to be a long laundry list. So once we get that home inspection back, you read the report, I'll read the report, and then we can put our heads together and figure out what we'd like to do. In some cases, we can ask the sellers to either repair, replace, or credit us a specific amount that will go ahead and allow you to take care of the work on your own after the close of escrow. We can also get this credit to reduce the sales price, or you can have it be applied towards your closing costs. We'll work with your lender to find out what the maximum amount of credits you can ask for is. That way we don't jeopardize your loan. Whatever we decide will allow you to have less money out of pocket at the time of closing. In addition, I also like to go over all of the seller disclosures. These are all of the documents that the sellers are required by law to fill out. The 2 common documents that I specifically want to see are the seller's property questionnaire and the TDS, which is the transfer disclosure statement. These are 2 documents where the sellers have to disclose anything and everything of material fact that you as a buyer would want to know. As an example, is it over an airport or an airport flight path? Do they have an angry neighbor who flies off the hook every other week? Does the window in the front bedroom not open? Anything that's not operable or any challenges will be disclosed in these documents. So not only do you want to do the general home inspection, I also highly recommend a termite inspection, where we'll have a pest control company identify if there's any dry rot or termite infestations. If they find droppings within more than 3 locations around the perimeter of the house, they may recommend a few negations. This is negotiable as either a buyer's expense or a seller's expense. It's completely negotiable and a good thing for you to have me in your corner to negotiate that on your behalf. Sometimes I'll suggest negotiating the cost of the inspection into the original offer contract. The other inspection I would highly encourage you to perform is a main drain outline. This is going from the house to the public sewer systems. A lot of times if people have not redone that piping, the hole starts to close up. Trees and roots tend to go through these pipes. We don't want the main lines to back up into the house. Sometimes the pipe has a crack in it. Don't worry, that repair is far less invasive than you think. In the next video, we're going to talk about what it is that we're going to ask for if I do find problems with the house. What rights do you have?